And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the thousands listening locally and the millions listening around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to Shetler!
Yes, indeedy! It is time! Are you ready to Shetler? On this Thursday, March 28th. That's some merchandise ideas. Get a t-shirt that says, "Are you ready to Shetler?" Nobody will know what it means, but we'll have that insider info going on between us. Let's get ready to Shetler here on the Morning Wake Up, brought to us by Home Plate Sports Cards in Oskaloosa. You can stop into Home Plate Sports Cards at 1516 A Avenue East, Oskaloosa. Call 641-676-1516. They are open Wednesday through Friday, 5:30 to 8:30 p.m., Saturdays, noon to 6, Sundays, noon to 4. There's no place like Home Plate Sports Cards at 1516 A Avenue East, Oskaloosa. They bring us our Morning Wake Up here on Steve Shetler Media. And we are broadcasting live from the Oski Dental Studios. Give Dr. Dan a call at 641-673-4845. They can help you out with all your dental needs. Again, the Oski Dental Studios here on Steve Shetler Media. Let's take a little look-see at our forecast. It's brought to us by the Garden Gate at 105 South Jefferson in Sigourney, 641-622-3191. Stop in and see Cindy and the crew. Hours are Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, Saturday, 9 to noon. They got fresh floral arrangements. They've got jewelry. They've got home decor, sympathy gifts, something for everyone at the Garden Gate. They could also probably hook you up with some nice stuff for this Easter weekend. So get in there to the Garden Gate. Mostly sunny skies today. Wow, look at that weather for today. Beautiful day. Mostly sunny and a high of 58. You know, I've been getting the itch to get my lawnmower out. So today might be that day. I know people think that's a little early, but it's kind of that point where there's my yard gets kind of those splotchy spots where some grass is growing and it's long, and then lots of other spots. The majority of the yard doesn't need mowed, but there are those certain spots. So I might bust out the lawnmower today. We'll see. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 37. Tomorrow, 20% chance of some rain in the afternoon. Cloudy and a high of 66. South winds gusting up to 25 miles per hour tomorrow. Tomorrow night, a 30% chance of rain and thunderstorms. Cloudy skies, low of 42. And then Saturday looks beautiful, partly sunny and a high around 60. Current conditions, we have humidity at 81%. Winds are southeast at about 5 miles per hour. And the barometer at 30.12. 26 degrees currently in southeast Iowa. Your weather brought to us by the Garden Gate in Sigourney. Hey, coming up later on today, we will put out our question of the day. It's brought to us by Amy's Salon House and Spa at 202 North Main in Sigourney. You see all their products, all their services that they offer. You can call or text for an appointment at 641-622-3772. Your question for today, what was your first car? What do you think? We'll put that out at noon on the Facebook side of things, and you can answer that if you want. My first car, I inherited the famous Shetler family green Buick Skylark back in the day, back in the 80s. So yeah, the Buick Skylark ended up, the roof inside the car, the fabric kind of came loose and started like falling down, so we just ripped it off, and then everybody that rode in the car could sign their name into the top of the car. Kind of carve their name into the foamy stuff that was left on the top of the car. So the green Buick Skylark, that was my first car. So that'll be our question of the day for today. Now, This or That went up earlier this morning. Always goes up at 6 a.m. weekday mornings. It's brought to us by Stacy Flynn at the Legacy Insurance Group and Welcome Realty in Sigourney. Your This or That for today is curtains or blinds. What do you think? Curtains or blinds. So just scroll back a little ways till 6 o'clock this morning, earlier this morning, and just comment, what do you like, curtains or blinds for this or that? All right, what else we got going on this morning? I do want to catch you up on our tournament. We've got For the Fun of It tournament going on with the 90s Country Male Superstar, sponsored by Sarah's Quickie Delivery in Oskaloosa. And look at that. Toby Keith moving into the championship as Toby pulled, I'm calling it an upset. Toby beat Garth Brooks. I, for one, thought Garth Brooks was just a gimme to make it to the championship and maybe win this whole thing. But Toby pulls the upset in the Final Four. It is March, so crazy things can happen. But Toby Keith beating Garth Brooks, and he'll now be facing the winner of our current matchup, which is George Strait and Alan Jackson. There you see their lovely faces from the 1990s, George versus Alan. And right now, in the voting, that started at 6 p.m. last evening and goes through 6 p.m. this evening, George is kind of kicking Alan Jackson's butt, which surprises me. I thought the old Chattahoochee Hoochie Coochie of Alan Jackson would hang with George Strait in the voting, but so far it's basically all George. So are we looking at a Toby Keith-George Strait matchup? We'll find out. Again, voting for George versus Alan goes till 6 p.m. this evening, and then that will automatically kick in at 6 p.m. for Toby Keith versus the winner of George versus Alan, and then that'll be our championship matchup. So we'll crown our champion at 6 p.m. tomorrow evening. Again, our tournament always brought to us by Sarah's Quickie Delivery. They are a food delivery service in the Oskaloosa area. They got more than Oskaloosa. You can see their towns that they serve below there: Knoxville, New Sharon, Fremont, Oskey, Eddyville, University Park, Kirkville, Tracy, Beacon, Cedar. So if you want some food delivered in the general and greater Oskaloosa area, give Sarah's Quickie Delivery a call at 641-638-0756. Make sure you like and follow Sarah's Quickie Delivery on Facebook. They bring us the For the Fun of It tournament. I'm trying to see what else we got going on this morning. Coming up later on this week here on Steve Shuttler Media. Where's my picture of Chris Anderson? Chris, where'd you go? I had Chris on my video, my musical musings video yesterday. Make sure you go back and check that out. Chris Anderson, there you see him. He'll be coming to the Iowa Music Showcase tomorrow, live at Barnwired in Sigourney, 11:30 to noon. You can stop in, see this happening live and in person at Barnwired, get something to drink or eat, do some shopping at Barnwired, and see Chris Anderson performing live, doing a live interview and live original tunes, 11:30 to noon tomorrow at Barnwired, or watch it live here on Steve Shuttler Media, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. So that'll be fun. And then, of course, on Saturday morning, we'll be back at it with the sports section with Coach Jenny Hobbs as our host. I'm not positive who Coach Hobbs has as a guest or two, but tune in Saturday morning. We'll find out for the sports section live from Brothers Market in Sigourney. Boy, I think that just about does it. Let's throw up some community calendar events. Something coming up tonight. We've been talking about that this week is the Am I Worthy, the production coming up tonight at Be the Light Ministry in Sigourney. And yes, the rumors are true. I am playing the part of Jesus. We're going to be doing some acting. These are just normal guys too at the church. You know, we aren't bringing in any ringers like some real fantastic actors. Although some of the guys involved in this are really good actors. I'm not one of those really good actors. I'm just kind of the hack. This is my first ever play thing that I've been involved in. So I'll be trying my best to do a little bit of acting and be singing a couple of tunes tonight as well. So it's music, it's the Last Supper, it's in the scenery, the whole scenario. It's really cool. If you want to get into the spirit of Easter, check this out tonight. The interactive drama production of the Lord's Last Summer, Am I Worthy? It's tonight at 6:30 at Be the Light in Sigourney. What else we got going on? We got one. Pump up the Good Friday Fish Fry this Friday at the KC Hall in Harper. That's from 4:30 to 7 p.m. And let's throw this up there as well. Keswick United Methodist Church, their service tonight at 6 p.m. Don't want to overlook that. If you're in the Keswick area, Easter Sunday at 9:15, and then the Webster United Methodist Church Good Friday service at 6 p.m. Easter Sunday at 10:30, and then youth group starting after school Wednesday in April. So some stuff going on there with some of our area churches. I'm looking through my other stuff here really, really quick. My Rolodex of other things that are going on in the area. I don't want to miss anything. Also coming up next week, I was over in Oskaloosa yesterday and chatting with the ladies at Love Inc. about this event coming up next Friday, the Gala. Do you call it gala or gala? I've always referred to it as a gala, but I think it's gala. So we're having the Love Inc. of Mahaska County Gala event with dinner, dessert, and auction. I'm going to be emceeing that. That'll be fun on Friday, April 5th. Social time at 6. Doors open up at 6. Dinner at 6:30. We'll have a little bit of entertainment. We'll have the auction, and it's going to be a lot of fun. A dessert auction coming up Friday, April 5th at the Gateway Nazarene Church in Oskaloosa. Be nice and RSVP by tomorrow. So, and you can also make a donation as well at loveincmahaska.org. So some stuff coming up in the community here on the Morning Wake Up on Steve Shetler Media. And yes, as I've been telling you the last couple of weeks, I don't know, this is kind of it. This is my beard. We're talking about the production tonight at Be the Light Ministry in Sigourney. This is my Jesus beard. And yes, if you come tonight, I will be giving this the 24-hour treatment with some brown. My Jesus beard will be brown tonight. So don't be shocked if you come and you see my white beard is suddenly brown tonight, because, yeah. But it washes out, and I'm going to shave. I think I'm going to shave this thing off as soon as I get home tonight. What do you think? Good morning to you, Amber, Dodie, Dan, Nancy, Cindy, Jackie, Kurt and Kathy, Tracy, good to see you, Eloise, Jan, Bubby, Lori. All good folks here hanging out on the Morning Wake Up here on Steve Shetler Media. And our Morning Wake Up brought to us by Home Plate Sports Cards. I don't have the video up and ready to go this morning for this particular show, but did you see the creepy mask that I stumbled upon in the park last night? I took my dogs out last night for their final potty break at about 9:30, and I saw this weird thing sitting in the grass of the Legion Park in Sigourney, and went up and looked at it, and yeah, you can see the video of the creepy mask that we stumbled upon. Me and the dogs stumbled upon it. It was weird. And, you know, it's laid out, taking the dogs out. I'm walking around the park. Nobody's around. And then I just see this creepy mask laying in the grass. So make sure you scroll back through and see the mask from last night. Let's go ahead and do some birthdays. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. All right. Happy birthdays in order today for, our old fart. I think that's what we'll just call it every day. The old fart on the list is basketball player and coach Kevin Lowry. Kevin is 84 years old today. I'm not sure who Kevin Lowry is, but he's the oldest celebrity on my celebrity list that I get. 84 years old. We've got Basketball Hall of Famer Rick Barry, not too far behind, 80 years old. Country singer, actress, coach on The Voice, Reba McEntire, 69 years old. So happy birthday to Reba. We've got Cheryl James, also known as Salt from Salt and Pepper. Salt is 58 years old. Country singer Rodney Adkins is 55. We've got actor Vince Vaughn, great actor, funny guy, 54 years old for Vince. We've got reality star Kate Gosselin. Now, she's the one that kind of I don't know, if there is a quote-unquote Karen haircut, Kate Gosselin started it. John and Kate plus 8. What a disaster that turned into. Kate Gosselin, 49 years old. Actress Julia Stiles from Save the Last Dance and the Bourne Identity movies, 43 years old. Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga is 38. And then football player Derek Carr. Boy, that guy has made millions. He recently played for the Raiders. Derek Carr is 33 years old. On this date, March 28th, 1797, the patent for the washing machine. Again, 1797 for the patent for the washing machine. It was today in 1866 the very first ambulance service began. 1866. On this date in 1867, the U.S. began the official purchase of Alaska. They got it for the bargain bin price of $7.2 million. On this date in 1881, P.T. Barnum and James A. Bailey got together for the Barnum and Bailey Circus, the greatest show on earth, formed back in 1881. And then also on this date in 1930, Constantinople changed its name to Istanbul. It's Istanbul, not Constantinople. I like that song. If you're not familiar with that particular song, look it up. Good song. Istanbul, not Constantinople. 1930 when that happened. Today is, on the National Day calendar, National Hot Tub Day. It's Respect Your Cat Day. So I'm going to have to respect Esther, also just known as Cat here in the Shetler household. Don't really call our cat by its name. We just call it Cat. We also have some outside cats, Fatty and Blackie and soon-to-be Mama Cat. Got some spring kittens on the way. We've got the National Black Forest Cake Day. We've got National Something on a Stick Day and National Weed Appreciation Day. I don't know if they're talking like weed, like, or if they're just talking weeds in general. But appreciate whatever weed you want today. Goody, it's time for things you need to know. Yeah. All right, things you need to know. Yes, we might be giants. Istanbul, not Constantinople. I love that song. Things you need to know. Former Senator Joseph Lieberman has died at the age of 82. He was Al Gore's vice presidential running mate back in the year 2000. If you're thinking your eggs for Easter are a little bit more expensive, it's because they are. They're now running at $3 a dozen. Now, that's more than double what they were before the pandemic a few years ago, but they're not quite as high as January of last year when eggs were at $4.82 a dozen, but $3 eggs right now. Former President Donald Trump, not sure what I think of this. He's selling God Bless the USA Bibles for $60 plus shipping and handling, trying to raise some money for his lawyer bills. So $60 for the God Bless the USA Bible. Other stuff you need to know. They're talking about a reboot for Pirates of the Caribbean. Of course they are. Will Johnny Depp be part of that? I don't know. Guess we'll find out together. Donald Sutherland, the actor, Hall of Fame actor, going to give up all the details of his life in his upcoming memoir. It's called Made Up But Still True, from Donald Sutherland. Let's see here. Shakira. Now, after paying back taxes and going through a divorce, Shakira has a new album out. You think she's shaking it? Her first new album since 2017. Adam Sandler said to be working on a new Happy Gilmore, a sequel to Happy Gilmore. Also, 4th of July. I mean, we're still a few months off 4th of July, but Willie Nelson will be doing a 4th of July concert at New Jersey's Freedom Mortgage Pavilion. And guests will include Bob Dylan and Robert Plant. So, interesting lineup there. And then prices at Dollar Tree going up again. I mean, if you're called Dollar Tree, aren't things kind of guaranteed to be $1? No. They say the most you will pay for anything is going up to $7. So it's a $7 tree. So prices at Dollar Tree. Those are things you need to know. Let's do today's impossible. It's impossible question. Today's impossible question. 40% of concert goers say this is something you should never do at a concert. I think, and I know the answer, but I think the question should be 100% of concert goers say this is something you should never do at a concert. But according to this, 40% of concert goers say this is something you should never do at a concert. It is don't bring a sign. Who wants to sit behind somebody holding up a sign at a concert? You can't see anything. Also, people that sing through the entire concert. That's annoying too. So, I mean, you can sing a little bit. Everybody wants to sing some of their favorite song while they're at a concert, but it's the people that sing the entire concert. You know, I'm glad you know the words to every single song, but just quit singing so I can hear what's going on. Weird news. Are we into weird news already? It is.
That is weird.
Getting weird in here. In some weird news, quote, if you want to feel young, the most important thing is to protect your sleep, unquote. So says the author of a new study suggesting that just 2 consecutive nights of poor sleep makes a person feel years older than they really are. Researchers in Sweden, with some Swedish meatballs, surveyed 429 people. That's not very many people for a survey. 429 people aged 18 to 70 about how they felt their sleepiness and how many nights they had slept poorly in the past month. They found that for every night of poor sleep reported, participants felt 3 months older than their true age on average. And in contrast, those who reported no poor nights of sleep felt nearly 6 years younger on average. So, there you go. Let's go to the NFL. Kickoff returns. Going to be returning to the NFL. Team owners on Tuesday approved a new rule that will take what essentially had become a dead play and make it an integral part of the game again. Let's see here. Saints special teams coordinator Darren Rizzi says, quote, we feel this is a great day for the NFL. He was heavily involved in creating the framework for the new hybrid kickoff, which is kind of based off what the XFL was doing. So it looks like a very exciting play in football, which has kind of been taken away from us the last few years because, you know, they're trying to avoid, you know, violent collisions, which it's football. So there's going to be violent collisions, but they've been trying to take those away, some of those away on kickoff returns. But it looks like we'll be seeing some of those return to the NFL. Maybe that'll trickle down to college as well. Let's go to South Carolina. Golf course alligator named King Arthur has lost his crown after wildlife rescuers became concerned that a tomato cage that was stuck on the head of the alligator could put the gator's life at risk. The 11-foot alligator, named King Arthur, at Fripp Island Golf and Beach Resort, due to a crown-like tomato cage surrounding its head, was, let's see here, the University of Georgia's Coastal Ecology Lab was consulted to assist the reptile. They ended up, they said the lab said the creature was a bit tricky since the cage was located where rescuers would normally snare the gator. But after a few tries, they were able to secure him and remove the rest of the tomato cage. So a gator with a cage, a tomato cage on its head. They finally got that off of the gator. Let's go from gators to dogs. A dog digging in her owner's Florida yard unearthed something far more surprising than, like, a bone. The dog found a decades-old military bomb. Matthew Sims of Jacksonville said his dog, Baby, was playing in his yard when she unearthed a metallic object next to his garage. He says, you couldn't tell what it was until you started pulling it up. Once I got it halfway out, I was like, oh, I know what this is. Let me gently put this back down. So that was all taken care of, safe and sound. Let's go from gators to dogs to a raccoon. Is it a raccoon or is it a bunny? I don't know. In a world where you can be whatever you want to be. This year's Cadbury bunny is a raccoon named Louie, the first of his species to earn the title. Well, of course it is, because raccoons aren't rabbits. Duh. The company announced Louie the raccoon, a 2-year-old pet from Miami, was the winner of the 6th annual Cadbury Bunny Tryouts and will have a role in the 2025 Cadbury Bunny Tryouts commercial, an Easter tradition for the brand. So it looks like previous Cadbury bunnies included a rescue cat, a therapy dog, a frog, a coonhound, and a bulldog. So now a raccoon can fulfill its dreams of being the Cadbury bunny. Let's go from alligators to dogs to raccoons to hot dogs. A North Carolina man stopped into a convenience store to buy a hot dog and walked out with a scratch-off lottery ticket worth $1 million. That was a nice little surprise. And now, we go from all those things. The list is becoming so long, I can't remember what all we've talked about. Let's go to we're going to save this for something to make you smile. We're going to save that. It's special. Let's do the files of law and disorder. A high-speed boat chase ended with Colombia's largest cocaine shipment seizure. That's easy to say. Say shipment seizure 3 times really fast. Shipment seizure. Cocaine. All right, starting over. We're going to rewind. A high-speed boat chase ended with Colombia's largest cocaine shipment seizure of the year, according to CBS. The Colombian Navy and Air Force worked with the U.S. Southern Command's Joint Interagency Task Force to chase down the speedboat found to hold nearly 4 tons of cocaine. Valued at more than $113 million. Colombian authorities released video footage of the chase, showing planes and vessels in hot pursuit of the speedboat, whose crew reportedly, quote, began evasive actions, throwing packages into the water. But again, they found about 3.7 tons of cocaine, $113 million worth. That in Colombia. That's a lot of cocaine. Let's go ahead and do some good news, something to make you smile. It's brought to us by our friends at Lifetime Dental Solutions. Dr. Stacy Freeze brings us something to make you smile, and you can see Lifetime Dental Solutions for a nice smile. They can help you with all things dental, cleanings, pediatrics, extractions, dentures, implant crowns, orthodontics, routine and emergency exams. Something to make you smile, brought to you by Dr. Stacy Freeze at Lifetime Dental Solutions.
Something that makes you smile.
All right, something to make you smile. One of the world's most unlikely friendships between the world's fastest land animal and the world's slowest reptile is capturing the heart of visitors attending a Florida conservation center and social media users alike. Flocking from near and far, and I have lost the rest of this story. Flocking from near and far, guests at the Carson Springs Wildlife Conservation Center in Florida will stumble across an enclosure containing a cheetah named Tuesday the cheetah, and a tortoise named Penzi, who, according to the park facilitator, are quote-unquote inseparable. A cheetah and a turtle. What a weird combination. A tortoise, something really fast and something really slow. They say there is almost never a time where the pair are far apart, including activities like napping and eating side by side. Let's see here. The facilitator says she steals his food. She, being Tuesday the cheetah, has learned to love avocados, which is the tortoise's favorite, and has also learned to love tortoise pellets. So you might want to look up more on this online. This is quite the story. Tuesday the cheetah and Penzi the tortoise, the best of friends in Florida at a conservation center. That is something to make you smile. Brought to us by Stacy Freeze at Lifetime Dental Solutions. Where am I at? I have lost my train of thought. We're doing the morning wake up. It's brought to us by Home Plate Sports Cards in Oskaloosa. Let's go to Duh.
Duh.
In some Duh today, Florida. We're going to stay in Florida. All sorts of Duh happens in Florida. A man's Harley-Davidson test drive ended in a fatal crash at a Florida dealership. Police said that an investigation revealed that the unidentified man was test driving a motorcycle at a nearby shopping center when he had a fatal accident. Authorities said that the man lost control of a 2014 motorcycle he was test driving and crashed into the exterior wall of an unoccupied storefront. The victim was transported to a local hospital where he succumbed to his injuries and was pronounced dead minutes later. Now, a witness who works in the area told Fox 35 that the motorcycle was, quote, going the wrong way. You're going the wrong way. Down a nearby street. They said, I'm incredibly shocked. I've never heard of anything like this happening in this plaza before. So a man taking a motorcycle out for a test drive, going down the wrong way on a street, and then basically running head first into a building, killing himself. Yikes. That is your morning wake up here on Steve Shuttler Media. Let's once again take a look at our forecast. It's brought to us by the Garden Gate in Sigourney. And our forecast for today, absolutely beautiful. Mostly sunny skies, a high of 58. Partly cloudy tonight, a low of 37. But yeah, sunshine today, just barely any wind, and a high of 58. So a beautiful day. Weather brought to us by Cindy at the Garden Gate in Sigourney. We do thank Home Plate Sports Cards for sponsoring our morning wake up. We do thank Oski Dental for sponsoring the Oski Dental Studios here on Steve Shuttler Media. Coming up later on today, whoop, my computer has gone wonky on me. Let's see here. Coming up later on today, there we go. Now you can look at my ugly bearded mug. We've got lots. We've got In Remembrance Of coming up. We'll have our Sigourney Public Library video with Miss Amanda at 10 a.m. We'll hear from Laura DeCook on the Great Outdoors from Mahaska County Conservation. That goes up at 4. Hoping to have something from the Heartland Humane Society for our weekly pet. Successful Farming at 5:30. We'll have Morgan You Asked For at 7 p.m. tonight, talking about sports. So tune in. We'll have all of our normal extra bonus stuff here on the Steve Shetler Media Facebook page. Otherwise, you guys have a great Thursday. If you want, again, come out. If you want to see me doing trying to act, I don't act very good. If you want to see me trying to act tonight and maybe singing a couple of songs, Be the Light Ministry, that starts at 6:30 with M.I. Worthy. Should be a good time. All right, that'll do it for today. We'll see you back here tomorrow at 7 a.m.